Hi, welcome to this video. In this video, we'll be talking about what to do after your asylum interview. So you're watching this video, perhaps you just had your asylum interview done, or you know anyone that's done the asylum interview. Now in this video, let's talk about what to do after your asylum interview. Right. So your asylum interview is done. What to do now? Now is the time for you to apply yourself to improving yourself in the country. What do I mean? Now, you see, for some countries, especially Germany, or for any other countries in Europe that have programs available for asylum seekers to take advantage of in order for them to settle and have their papers in Germany. Now is the time in order for them to settle in Europe or in Germany, for this case, now you have to apply yourself to bettering yourself, to taking advantage of these programs that are available to asylum seekers in order for you to get your papers in Europe. In Germany, for example, there are programs like they can pay for you to study Deutsch course. You can after you study Deutsch course, you can apply to learn a trade like Ausbildung. You need to apply yourself, you need to apply to study a craft because they need hand workers. So if you are going to them to say, oh, I would like to study this skill, or I had this skill back in my home country and I would like to carry on to studying about this skill here and establishing myself, they are always there to help you. They will help you only if you would go to them and tell them what you want, but they will always help you. A lot of people have problem because they fail to apply themselves, because they fail to take advantage of these opportunities. If you go to Deutsch course, you do Ausbildung. For some people that have family back home, there are some responsibilities back home they have to take care of, and for that reason, they can't do Ausbildung, or they are more advanced, or you're more advanced in age, and you feel like, oh no, Ausbildung is not for me. I can't do Ausbildung. I don't think age is on my side. I would rather just work and save money. Now, what you need to do, since Ausbildung is not for you, you need to do Deutsch course, because you need Deutsch if you want to live in this country. You need Deutsch to be able to communicate on a daily basis. Even the system, the way the system is built, the way the system is designed for you if you come to this country, not even for this country. If you go anywhere in the world and they don't speak your language and you want to settle in that country, it's common sense to learn the language. Even if you say you don't want to do Ausbildung or you don't want to study further, at least you need to learn the language and you need to have certificate. Do you know what I mean? Because even if you want to settle in Germany, you want to settle to go on to have a German passport, you need to have at least B1, But when I speak to people, I always tell you, always put yourself in a position whereby you meet more than the expectation. Basically, the expectation is for you to have B1 in order for you to have German passport, or in order for you to get most things you need, it's expected of you to have B1. But if you can go beyond having B1 to having B2 or C1, when they see you, they take a second look at you like, rah, this guy is really doing well for himself. So it's best if you can meet the expectation and exceed the expectation. The expectation is for you to have B1. If you can exceed that expectation to having B2 or C1, that would be amazing. Even if you study the language alone, not even Ausbildung, you study the language alone to the level of C1 or C or C2, that alone can enable you to stay in Germany. That can get you your papers. That alone will get you your papers in Germany. As long as you don't have criminal record, bro. As long as you don't have criminal record. When you have criminal record, that's when a lot of things begin to go wrong. But as long, whatever you do in Deutschland, do not have criminal record. Otherwise, you will just put yourself in a compromising situation that will take you many years to get out of. You know what I mean? So it's not worth it. You've gone through the hard work of going through whatever you went through to be in Germany or in Europe. Now that you're here, you need to let go of all these unnecessary activities, unnecessary stress that brings chaos in your life. And you need to focus for the reason why you're in Germany. You're here to better your life. You're here to build wealth. So you need to focus on that path. And you need to find like minds that are on that path that you can learn from, and you be friends with them, and you grow with them, and you grow together. Because when they say, oh, show me 5 of your friends, I will tell you who you are, that statement is very true. You are the company you keep. So it's best for you to keep the kind of company that's going, or they are where you are going to in life. That way you always get the outcome you desire in life, bro. Do you know what I mean? Now, you've done your asylum interview. You need to do Ausbildung. If you can't do Ausbildung, you need to learn the language. And you need to stay away from problems. You need to stay away from trouble. If you're always around people that are always making trouble, or you lot go to party and for some reason they're always involved in some fight, you need to stay away from people like that. You don't need that. Because when you're controlled, whenever there is fight and police show up and they control everyone, when they control chaotic situations like that multiple times and you're always there, at some point that begins to bring you unnecessary problems to your life. That's not the reason why you're in Germany. You need to stay away from things like that. That's not the reason why you're in Europe. You need to stay away from things like that. Do you know what I mean? Now that you've done your interview, now is the time to start applying yourself. If you know you don't want to do Ausbildung, you need to be learning the language. You need to work, get a job. You need to get a job and you need to start paying tax. Whilst you're paying tax in the evening, there are schools where you can apply to learn German language. You can be working full-time and be going to school in the evening. That's possible. A lot of people are doing it. I did that as well in my own time. I did that. You go to work Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. and you go to German course from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. You know, for that period of time, yes, it might not be easy, but it's possible. If anyone can do it, you can do it. If you think you're always too tired, you can't do it, then you need to get a gym membership and start going to the gym, because that gives you even more energy, you know, that you can imagine, bro. Do you know what I mean? So after your asylum interview, now is the time to start applying yourself, because you don't know the outcome of the asylum interview, the decision they will bring. You don't know what it's going to be. If they come to you and say, oh, our decision is no, they've given you a negative decision. If they give you a negative decision and they look at your history in the country, let it be that all they see are positive things. Let it be that all they see is improvement. All they see are improvement. Okay, this guy has done Deutsch course. This guy has done Ausbildung. If you even get yourself in Ausbildung, you just try and complete the Ausbildung and have your certificate. Once you get your Ausbildung certificate, within 3 to 6 months, when you get your Ausbildung certificate, you get a job. Once you get a job on that trade that you've learned, or on that skill that you've learned, within 3 to 6 months, you will get your resident permit. That's the law. Do you know what I mean? But if you're not on Ausbildung, and you need to do Deutsch course, and you need to be working, you need to stay away from problem. You need to show that you are taking care, you're self-sufficient. That means you're working. You need to leave the asylum house. You need to go and rent an apartment, and you're paying rent, you're paying bills, you're paying taxes, you're doing Deutsch course. They see that, okay, you're self-sufficient. On that ground, even if they refuse your asylum claim, they can let you stay in Germany on compassionate grounds. That's how you see some people, they just randomly give them paper and you think, oh, God, please do it for me. Do it. You need to put yourself in a position, in a situation, to get the best possible outcome that you desire. And how do you do that? Is to show to the system that you are making progress, you are improving yourself in the country. You are showing evidence, you're showing them evidence that you want to be a productive member of the society in the country. You have problem when you're not showing any sign of you want to be a productive member of the public, and you're always constituting nuisance all over the place, committing crime. You go to some supermarket and you're stealing, that's not the reason why you're in Deutschland, my friend. That's not the reason why you're in Germany. You need to apply yourself to positivity in Germany because they see everything. This system is set up on data. It's not by they say, she say, or God, please help me. It's set up on data. So what your data says on the app, on the system, is what they see you to be. So whenever they pick up your file to look at the data of your data, to check out the data on that they have on you, let it be that all they see, all the record they will have are positive, improvement, productivity. Let's, do you know what I mean? That way you will not have too much problem settling in the country. And if you go watch my previous video, you will see where I talked about if you're having mental health issues, and your interview is the best place to let them know. Now, if you get a negative asylum decision, if you bring it up to say, oh, okay, now I'm having mental health problems, I'm having depression, I'm having anxiety, and you start going to the doctors, and your medical record, you can pass it on to your lawyer, and your lawyer can pass it on to them, and that can create a totally new ground for you. This approach is not limited to Germany alone. It's limited to Europe, or even in most first world countries. It's applicable. If you're having mental health issues, you're not fit to travel. You're not fit to be deported. You know what I mean? That alone, that's law. It's not maybe or not maybe. That's law. If you have evidence. That's why I said from your first asylum interview, you need to let them know. So that story start building up from your first asylum interview. In case you get a negative decision, you can use your mental health as a new ground to say, yeah, I cannot be sent back to my country because if I am not mentally fit to travel. That alone, you will be allowed to stay in Germany. Trust me. I'll go ask your lawyer. Your lawyer will tell you the same thing. So whatever you do after your asylum interview, let it always be positive. Let whatever you do speak positively of you in the eyes of the system. Do you know what I mean? So that we don't find ourselves in a position where we are going from one church to the other looking for miracle or looking for God to deliver us. You don't need that. What you need is to build a positive data set into the system. That means your record in the system must be of a record of a productive person, or a person that is showing that they want to settle in the country, they want to take responsibility, because the country, when the system see they always carrying you, you're a burden to them, they always housing you, paying your rent, they see you as a burden. You need to get a job, and as soon as possible, you need to move out from the asylum house and rent your own apartment. Let them see you're paying rent. That way they see that you're willing and you're making effort to integrate into the system. And they see you've learned the language and you're making effort to study more. Trust me, man, it works. I've seen it multiple times in the life of several people. It works. Your mental health problem, you have to, if you're having it, you have to let the system know. Don't put yourself in a situation whereby you start crying to God for miracle, or in worst case scenario, you're deported back to Nigeria. That's not what I want for you, man. My name is Mark Oji. I'm Nigerian. I do real estate in Germany, mostly in Hamburg area. I try to help people that are here on whatever immigration status you're here on a student visa, or you have family here in Germany, you're already settled here, or you're here on asylum. It doesn't matter. I try to connect with people to see how you can help people get their papers in Germany, and you get a job in Germany and improve yourself. You save money, and then you can invest your money here in Germany and you can build wealth. That's what we're here for, my friend. If you want to look, if you're interested in the real estate business, you're not paying me anything. I'm not going to take money from you. I'm only going to tell you, this is how you get into real estate in Germany. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to get. That's all I'm going to do for you. Do you know what I mean? If anything, I can direct you to a real estate agent, or how and what website where you can go to buy properties that your income can afford. Because if you're living in Germany and you're paying rent, you might as well buy real estate. And when I talk about investing in real estate, I mean investing in not buying a home that you live in. I'm talking about investing in commercial real estate. That way, there's so much you can do with that. Even though what you get in taxes alone. You know, there's so many tax breaks you can get from investing in real estate in Germany, in Europe as a whole, even in all first world country. Real estate business is the only business that gives you the most tax breaks in the world. Anyways, I'll leave you in this video. I'll end this video here. If you have any question, please, man, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to hear from you. Please let me know if you have any suggestion as well. Please, I will be happy to hear it. And I will see you in the next video. Have a nice one. Bye.